We got a horsepower, now we got the dog power.
Alright guys, welcome back to another video. It is a monumental day here at LS Nasty. We are celebrating and sacrificing the black sheep.
Whoa, that's...
This is the world's fastest. Now, listen, I know it's a lot to take in when you say the world's fastest all in one there. We're not saying like the world's soon to be fastest, or we will be the fastest, or maybe someday, or if the stars align, or you know, when pigs fly. We're saying this is the world's fastest hydraulic roller LS.
You like that? You like that?
We've had the title for quite some time now. It's been a journey. About 2 years ago we set out, and honestly, I didn't know.
We had it a lot. We had it before anybody knew we had it. We just couldn't tell anybody, really.
Yeah, because we were running no time. So we started running LDR, and then we were like, oh, now we could release our time. So we've been going fast with the hydraulic roller LS for a while. We put it together. This engine, the V1 version of this engine, was actually intended for Chris's Corvette. And then we stuck it in here, had steel rods, Black Sheep Stage 3 engine package from TKM Performance. You guys can get it. You guys can get an intake oil pan and set it in whatever chassis you want. We went out right out the box, started going 430s, like 430, 430. All doing that with a 98mm turbo. We went to the, I guess a little bit of growing pains, because at that point, that was a whole new world for me. I went from running the street car stuff, running a little bit with the Bad Apple, going 470s, to now we're running, you know, methanol, small block boost, just... We were diving in there. We got it with Matt, and we really started to turn the wick up. First time out with Matt, really helping out. We ended up going like a 25, and then we were going bottom 20s, and then we were in the teens. And then, you know, we started posting times in LDR, and here we are. So it's been an amazing journey. A bunch of really great, amazing people all throughout that are helping out, amazing companies that we get to work with. I don't even want to start naming them off, because if I miss one, I feel terrible. But it's been a crazy journey. It's been awesome for you guys to watch it. For those of you guys that wanted to see us be successful, there's some people that just watch us to be unsuccessful. And to you guys out there, I'm sorry to let you down, because we were just busting ass this whole time. And super proud of the car. The car's always been heavy. It made great power. Not really too worried about the dyno record. We were more worried about, at least I was more worried about, you know, how it would do at the track. We really got the ball rolling last year. We had like 8 wins, I think, with just this car. We had 1 win with the Bad Apple and 1 runner-up with the Bad Apple. So you got to learn to win at every level, and I really think that we really caught our stride with just the whole team coming together and working together.
We did a lot. I mean, we raced some no prep. You know, that was new for everybody. Did some class racing, a lot of no time racing. You know, really brought the team together to where, you know, it's not, you know, you can have a fast car, but that doesn't mean you're always going to win. You know, I feel like our team has really progressed to where when we're at the track, everything's efficient. We know how to fix problems. We know the direction to go. Like,
let's not forget the mid-season, the struggle. We put in our time. We went like 3 weeks straight figuring out the car, knocking the tires off.
Yeah, trying new stuff.
A lot of you guys doubted us. You guys were like, oh, you guys can't get together. You need to call Ron Capps to figure out how to get down. You need to call John Forrest to figure out how to get down. We worked hard. We did our homework. We put in the time, and the hard work paid off. So it's awesome for all of us here, for all the companies we work with, and all the people, and for you guys at home to go out there and be good and do successful. And it's great for, you know, our last showing. We went out first round qualifying LDR. We ended up qualifying 8th in a strong field.
John Dacco's 4:12.9 at 176.03.
It's hard. It's a number we're not familiar with. Anybody, anywhere. It's just a very unique number because there's nothing like it.
Yeah, we're
small block
overweight.
hydraulic roller.
You got to
overweight.
think how fast we were going. We had a substantially smaller turbo than we could have had, and we were 200-something pounds overweight. So you got to think those guys that were going in the field. It wasn't like we were 8th. It was like 412, 412, 411, 410. It wasn't like we're 412 and these other guys are going, 380s. Very tight field in the high 14s, mid 40s. You put 200 pounds on those guys and say, hey, you got to knock another 20, 30 millimeter out of your turbo, and I think that
hurt.
Yeah, and hydraulic roller too. I think I think it's going to be a really competitive car once we
what?
With a solid roller.
Oh my God. I am never going to financially recover from this.
So this right here is our final goodbye to the hydraulic roller camshaft. The only reason that we are walking away from the hydraulic roller stuff is because we set out with a goal. Hey, we want it to be the world's fastest hydraulic roller LS. We've accomplished that. We set the record. We broke our previous record, and now that we are class racing, we're actually building a whole nother engine to go in here. But just in the meantime, until that bullet is ready, we're going to stick a solid roller camshaft in here with a set of Isky lifters and give it hell, see if we can pick up any. So I just want to say this combo here is, really a collaboration between LS Nasty and TCAM Performance. The Black Sheep engine packages are absolutely awesome. You guys can get their Stage 1 engine package, which we've run in a bunch of street cars, which are super affordable, especially for the performance you get. A Black Sheep Stage 1 engine package has been $470 flat in a 3,000 pound car, just so you guys understand. And that's the engine package that you can get intake to oil pan, slap it in your car, and drive around on the street. All the way up to the Black Sheep Stage 3 race setup like we have right here, dart block, dart heads like we have here. You can go out there and set this in your chassis and run the times that we run. You can get the whole deal. You can get the turbo all at TCAM Performance. So a big shout out to Kevin and them all there, because we've created a great business relationship.
Yeah, they do awesome machine work. Really, really stand-up guys. They turn out quick work.
200 plus passes on this engine with aluminum rods.
Yeah, you guys can see. Yeah, we put this thing together, and we've just been rocking and rolling with it. A lot of maintenance. Really, the only maintenance we've done is change the oil,
which we've neglected the past 3 times we went to the track.
Yeah,
so we don't even do that right.
Yeah, so thank Schaefer's oil. Good oil. Everything. There's a lot of parts that come together in a race team, in a program. Everything works together, just like the hydraulic roller stuff. Without Randy from Johnson helping us out, we got the 903 lifters in this thing,
which you guys will see. You guys will see us. We're going to pull some hydraulic roller lifters out of this guy here when we do the swap today. I don't think really anyone doubted, because we've really progressed the whole way there. But I'm super proud of the car. Someone's going to go out here and beat the record. That's what records are for. They're meant to be broken. But I'm just proud that we talked about it. We said we were going to do it. We came out here and did it. And I think we did a good job showing you guys the journey, showing you guys some badass parts, some great companies. We made some great friends doing it. And it's just been an absolutely awesome journey. And we're excited to go to the next step. So for all you guys that are in the market for a Black Sheep camshaft, they have them in stock at TCAM Performance. They also have the Lamb Cam, which is like the little brother to this camshaft, which you're going to run with like a factory style lifter, factory style rocker arm, or if you guys are some big all motor guys, you guys can get the big stick. So TCAM Performance, they got all those in stock. You can call them up and rock and roll with them. So we're going to be making a change. Like we said, we are taking the hydraulic roller camshaft out, the Johnson lifters out. We're going to be making a change over to these Isky, which Randy from Johnson, he worked closely with Isky. He got us hooked up from Nolan over there. So big shout out to the guys over at Isky. And these are, Matt,
they're good lifters. They're the same.
This is the top of the line.
Yep, same style lifter that I run in MK Ultra. It's a very quality lifter. It's got a lot of features that are definitely good features that I like. Not lifters, they all might look the same, but when it comes to the way they're designed, the way the rollers are and the bushings and how it's oiled, they vary greatly. So I've always had luck with Iski lifters. I've ran them in almost all the small block Ford stuff, so you really can't go wrong with that. So I'm excited to see, you know, the change to solid roller is going to be, I think it's going to be a really good one for us because we're going to be able to really spin this thing high. We're talking like 9,000 plus RPM. So we're going to look on the G meter and just kind of twist it out as far as you can. The cylinder heads, if you put a really large cylinder head on something, you need to have a cam profile that can utilize that port. Otherwise, it's probably going to go slower than it would with a smaller cylinder head. Like this engine, I'm fairly confident that with a different port program that would be a little bit smaller with a hydraulic roller, it would probably go faster just with a little bit more intake velocity. But with us going to solid roller now, we're going to be able to utilize that. We're going to be able to utilize the massive CID intake. So that's going to be, we got another camshaft.
So this year, 2022 racing season, we have teamed up with Smallwood Race Developments and CID. We're going to be running some absolutely badass CID components and a Smallwood Race Development, was this camshaft and top end, pretty much?
Yeah, SRD. You know, we've been working with Martin very closely. Martin's the one that's done the camshaft and the Apple. Shannon's car, Bloodbath, MK Ultra. You know, he's really, he's a very, very intelligent guy. He knows what he's talking about, and I think that with us working together, and you know, I think it's going to be a really good relationship, and we're going to be able to go really fast with it. So he's got us a solid roller camshaft. We changed some stuff up, trying to utilize the intake, trying to utilize our intake port, and you know, really try to just go as fast as we can with this thing.
And I do want to say, we're just working. We have so many different cars here in the LS Nasty fleet. We are not leaving TKM by any means. They are still our machine shop for life. Kevin does a number of camshafts for us. Martin, we're trying something new here with, you know, custom race camshaft, and he works closely with John at CID. So if you guys are in need of a camshaft, you can go to either or. Check out Smallwood Race Development. He is the one that, you know, he specs out a lot of complete top-end packages. He works with Kevin over at TCAM Performance, so we're really thankful to have all these great companies on board, and it's awesome that they all work together because, you know, it's a great combo. But I don't know, does this camshaft have a name? You know, Kevin did a solid roller camshaft for me. It's actually in the Blizzard. That is the cock cam.
Bing bong.
And it was originally meant to go in the salty chicken, hence the name. But now we got the Smallwood, the Thunderwood cam here, and no, you're not digging it. No,
Thunderwood.
That was right off the top, like straight off top of the dome. What do you think, Wes? No.
It's a bit of a stretch, right?
Bit of a stretch. What do you want to call it? The big wood?
Longwood.
The Smallwood Longwood camshaft.
I kind of like the big wood.
Big
wood?
wood?
A lot of words there. It's big wood.
I mean, what did I call it? The Thunder?
It's pretty rigid. Maybe the stiff wood.
I mean, listen, you guys comment down below what you guys want to name it. We can name it. But this thing here is it's a little bit different camshaft from what I think he was trying to do with this setup, because I like to make everything difficult. So I promise you we're going to stop talking here in a minute, get to work. But I do want to let you guys know we got some NASCAR style heads. They have a different valve, different spring package in them as far as height wise goes. So
yeah, it's for the, if you were saying, hey, if I want to put the right spring in it, we cannot do that because of the valve length. And we're not trying to change the valves. We're not trying to change the rocker setup. We're just trying to basically do a cam swap. So we're just going to do what we can with the spring package that we have. Later on with our other top end changes, we're going to have the absolute perfect spring package and valves and everything. So I'm really excited for that. I'm excited for a lot of things. I think 2022 is just going to be killer. We got a lot of cars coming out, class racing, you know, making changes. It's going to be fun.
Big shout out for Martin for giving us his wood. I mean his camshaft. And we're gonna put it in here, and we're gonna go pretty quick. So.
Yeah, you just want, you know, anytime you're doing it, you just want to ram the wood right in.
The cam.
The
cam.
wood. Yeah, the big wood cam.
Is it the big wood cam? Is that it? You guys got to comment down below and let us know. I mean, we don't want no like subpar names. We want some good names here. We're gonna pull the camshaft out of this, pull the lifters out of it. We're hoping we can get the lifters out of the lifter galley. So we're gonna pop the intake off, pop the valley cover off, see if we can get the lifters out of there. Front cover's coming off, camshaft's coming out. We're gonna try to leave the turbo kit and crossover on there.
Oh yeah, yeah. I think last time we did.
Did we? Oh, we did a cam swap on it when we broke a lifter. We had a spring failure, which resulted in a lifter failure, which resulted in damaged camshaft. So we've been rocking and rolling. This guy owes us nothing. If you guys want the authentic Black Sheep camshaft, hit me up. I will sell it for $4,000.
I will sell the authentic one for $3,000. So, literally, this is no exotic parts. You can buy this exact engine, spec the exact same way. We haven't done anything that's like top secret. We're not those guys that are like, oh, we've done something special to the motor and we don't want to tell nobody because we got the advantage. Like, this is literally off the shelf parts. I mean, it doesn't even have a belt drive. Timing chain.
Yeah, I mean, I like to keep it simple here and budget in mind. So if you guys made it this far into this clip, I mean, congrats.
Yeah.
We'll get to work and shut the hell up. Is that good?
How's that race tech seat?
Good.
Good if my legs were a little bit shorter.
But the seat itself?
Oh, the seat? Wonderful. Feels like I'm sitting at my couch at home.
Yeah, it looks pretty nice.
I might sleep in here tonight, to
Yeah?
be honest.
Take a little nap?
Yeah. I'm going.
Sheesh.
All right, guys, this is what the valve train is looking like here. We got a pretty aggressive spring for hydraulic roller, T&D steel shaft mount rockers on these Dart Pro 1 LS7 heads. Sorry, I forget. Worked really good. Really had no issues. What's crazy with this is we haven't taken the valve covers off this thing in probably 150 passes. So this is the first time we've seen it. Looks extreme. I mean,
actually, it's close to 200 passes.
Close to 200, yeah. Because we're well into the 200 in the past now, so
Yep.
Everything looks good. We haven't we haven't had any issues. I mean, we had a spring failure very early on once we put this engine in the car, and we changed the spring up. Just kind of trying new things. Went to a little bit more aggressive spring, and everything else after that, we've had no issues. We haven't even checked preload because you don't really have a lash with hydraulic roller setup, but we haven't checked preload or anything since we made the switch over to the larger 903 Johnson lifters. So
yeah, 903, 904. Man, look at the oil. Like that. This oil has a ton of passes on it, and it's not milked up.
yeah, I mean, I'm from the standpoint of just a race car at this level that is this low maintenance, it's unheard of. I think it's unheard of. I mean, when you get into, hey, we're going to run a methanol setup, everyone's like, oh, it's a maintenance monster. You got to do this, you got to do that, you got to change oil, do all this stuff all the time.
In the trailer for weeks at a time.
I mean,
the
past 10 events we've gone to, we haven't worked on the car any. We put it in the trailer, we race, we come back, we put it in the shop, or we leave in the trailer. So, well,
I was going to say there's a reason the oil's not milked, but
oh, it was baked. Yeah, you got an oil pan heater. That's a big thing. You bake that oil, you hear it bubbling about 2 or 3 days in a row, and then you're good to go. So our plan of attack is we're going to disconnect a lot of the stuff up here, pull the entire intake off with the fuel rails on there. The CID intake comes with these Dash 12 fuel rails, which are great. They're braced awesome. I guess there's the injector harness. I think it's all one on this.
Yeah, and it's got a 12-pin connector, so we can just take the whole harness off.
And just leave it right on the intake?
Yep.
Awesome. So we'll rip the whole intake off, leave the elbow and all that stuff on there, and then we'll start popping stuff off, just lay the wiring harness back. And we're going to see if we can do everything without having to pull the heads off. If we can get the lifters out of the lifter galley, then it's great.
Yep. All right. One man.
Oh, I like that design. Damn, that's good, Wes. You go to college for that shit?
I mean, basically.
Dude, I'm just letting it drain back. I've done this a million times. Zero drippage. Still, zero drippage.
And the best part is, now that it's in the pan, you can just put it back into the fuel cell.
No, I'll put it right in the drum.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
makes sense.
yeah, I mean, then we're good to go.
And I mean, you got a filter on the
Do you have a
pump,
small
so-
funnel, like a training funnel?
What?
A transmission?
A transmission funnel? We might have one of those, but I don't know what the other thing you're talking about is. Here, just let it.
Is that what you have in your car?
Here, let it lean forward a little bit. So I need someone to like way down the front to get it to drain. Just you can take your finger out of there.
Well, I mean, it's
More
running
internal.
all in the intake and
That'll
everything.
be, listen, it'll be fine. Look at that, I'm catching it. All right, can you hand me a -10? I'm gonna keep that in my back pocket just in case I gotta keep that thing.
Mark
on me.
B got it.
Right there.
Oh, Mark B don't have it.
I think we're done dripping. Go to the return. Are you leaking, bro?
Yeah, I'm about to.
Are you leaking, bro?
It ain't gonna
Yeah, I'm
fit
ready.
over that.
I'm ready.
Alright.
Oh God! Oh no! What are you doing, dude?
Alright, ready?
Blow through
Yeah.
it.
Keep that one ready.
Blow through it.
Seriously, I need you to blow through that, Wes.
Alright, let your finger off of it.
Oh God! Why'd you have
We're
to? Why'd you have to siphon it out of there like that? Oh God! It's rolling back. It's running everywhere. All right,
Oh,
just let it leak. Just let it leak. All right, Ava, don't drink this.
Ava, no.
Will she drink this?
Ava,
No.
you do not
Will
need
she?
that.
Will she try to?
No.
Oh, she knows.
Yeah, she has a nose. She's probably sitting there like, hey, y'all are spilling methanol all over the place. I smell it.
All right. God, it's a shame we put this thing on to make 64 pounds of boost one time.
Yeah, she's like, yeah.
She's like, I'm not interested. You going back to your house, Ava?
Her eyes start
yeah.
watering up.
I'm going to give you guys inside look of what it's like to be a timing chain going 412. Hold on. Let me get my phone out. Go ahead, run the chip. A little bit slow there. I held out to 4.6, went about 2.15, but that's pretty much what it's like being a timing chain. Not many people going. Do we have the world's fastest LS timing chain record? Because everyone else
Belt drive.
has got belt drive.
We find that.
Hey, another record.
Micro records. We got another one. What do you think, Marky B? How was that timing chain?
Very accurate. Very.
Bump her over again.
Do we have to bump it over?
Yeah, I want to get it top dead center and then
Dot to dot?
dot to dot. Ram the cam back in there.
Really? Like just the most LS way possible.
Yeah.
Like for all you LS guys out there. And I got a bone to pick with all you LS guys. I know how to work a timing light and understand the concept. Barely, okay? So I'm no longer an LS guy. I'm just like a small block guy. I'm a big block guy too. Combustion engine guy, yeah. A lot of you LS guys don't know how to use a timing light or how any of that works. So watch some YouTube videos, do some research. Sorry, there's a lot going on up here. Do some research. Richard Holder, the bald guy,
Yeah.
great videos. Richard, please do a video how to check timing on your LS engine. Get a little ATI balancer on there. Just do like a whole video so everyone can go over there and figure it out so us LS guys don't get a bad rap. Because now I have to be like a big block guy or a small block Chevy guy or a small block Ford guy. Because if I say, oh, I'm an LS guy, they're like, oh, You're the guy that just knows how to hook up the Holley harness and go racing. False. We got an external crank pickup, Holley cam sensor.
Yeah, any timer, even like you always need to check the timing. The timing that you're selecting is only as accurate as what you information you input into the Holley or any kind of engine management. So always check your timing via timing line. And rev it up too, because you get what's called timing drift. You need to use inductive delay. So if you check it at idle and it's good, you know, at 5,000 it might not be.
There's nothing better than checking timing and holding that light right there, and you just got fumes and shit in your hair and you're just revving the shit out of it like. It almost like, I kid you not, you'll be revving it in my sleeves, you'll feel the seams starting to tear a little bit. Like every time you rev it, they're just ready to shoot off and I'll just be sleeveless, and next thing you know, jean shorts, hat backwards, leather strap, like, dude. Like, O'Doul's non-alcoholic beer in my hand.
Can we just talk about how mean that thing looks though?
Yeah, look at that damn fucking tire, bro. Jeez. I mean, let's just take a second here. Do like a full 360 of how badass the race car room is right now.
It's pretty,
You better tighten up, bro.
Dab on. Yep.
Propane section.
Yep.
All right, guys, we're gonna give you a little update here. My plan worked. It was actually a false alarm. The cam and all that is clear for the 903 lifters, but we did get to do some work on the big block for the Colorado. So we're back here. It's the next day, and we are ready for camshaft insertion. So we're just gonna extract. Yeah. We're not gonna run two.
Oh, double cam.
Yeah.
It's like dual overhead cam.
Dual non
Mid.
dual non-overhead.
Well, I mean,
cam.
if it's overhead of the crank, so I guess it's overhead of something.
Yeah, very subjective, you know, over what head, you know. So we're gonna pull the OG Black Sheep camshaft out, stick this new camshaft in there. Very simple, dot to dot, LS style.
Dot to dot LS style. So certain cams, depending on how the advance is ground in it, if it is ground in it, what you want your intake center line at, all this. You need to check. I talked to Martin. We have a cam doctor sheet. Everything's good. So this is going to be dot to dot. If we could do a fine adjustment, I would degree it. But with us running the chain, like, you don't have any fine adjustment. So if we had a belt drive and we could, you know, move it a half a degree or 1 degree or something like that, then we would go ahead and degree it and check everything. But
LS stuff, simple, simplicity.
We're not able to do that.
Just slam it in there, close it up, hit the road, bruh.
Yeah, ram it in it and go 390s.
Hell yeah. So we're gonna pull this guy out. We already got the lifters out. We got the lifters sitting here. No, these are not for sale. We were doing some crazy I'm sorry. We were doing some crazy stuff with the springs, so we actually sending these back to Randy at Johnson to do some diagnostics on there. We're really pushing the limits with hydraulic roller stuff. Clearly, that's why we don't have to set the record.
R&D.
Yeah, so this is part of the R&D. Very thankful to be working with Randy and the guys over at Johnson that allow us to try new things, really push the envelope, and then send it back. And, you know, Randy got us hooked up with Nolan over at Iski, and we got these badass solid roller lifters, and it's just overall absolutely great working relationship. And Randy's a pretty cool dude too. So
boy, check out. This is one of the advantages to solid roller is you get into the wheel size and everything. Just look at the
size of the roller.
Yeah. So this
Can
thing.
you put that back one more time?
Which it might be. I don't know. I'd have to look at the exact size. They might be the exact same size. So wheel size, I need to know. It might be like an 850 roller. These are captured a little bit more, so a little bit of a optical illusion. But we're gonna do that. We are gonna need some new push rods because the depth on the lifter. So if you held them up right there, you guys can see that the push rods are gonna be, I would say, ½ inch longer. So we're gonna go ahead and get the cam in there, get the lifters in there, get a measurement, call Manton hopefully today and say, hey, we're trying to go 390s.
Need some push rods.
Need some push rods. So these things have been great. Like I said, we did bend one, but that was really just because we had a lifter failure. And not a lifter failure. It was just
We were trying some new stuff.
yeah, trying some new stuff, and we really, the lifter got seized in the bore. So if we would have had, there's a lot of different things you can do. Bush lifter bores and stuff. Like I said, this motor's not like it. Do you guys think that we might have some crazy like stuff we're doing with it? But it's literally like call TKM and they go and they're gonna get a bunch of off-shelf parts, put it together. So it's a really good testament of the machine work and the quality of stuff they put out. I'm very excited to spin this thing. I want to see John's eyeballs when that thing the RPM's coming up and the top end it's like 9,000, 9,500, 10,000.
11,000, 12,000.
12.
Rods.
Quarter mile.
Rods everywhere.
Yeah. So
here we are. Actually, some people might be frightened. This is actually not. I mean, that's about an hour worth of work. This is how easy this car is to work on, and everything's going pretty smooth so far. So we're gonna zip that cam out, put this new one in there, then throw the lifters back in there. We could really do everything. That's really it. We just have to put the lifters in there and then get a push rod measurement, and then we're kind of halt. We could put the intake and all that, the valley cover back on, but do you want to wait until we get everything in?
yeah, something that way when we push the push rods in there, we make sure everything in the geometry, nothing's hitting. I think that will be but we don't save a whole lot of time doing it. Putting it all back together, so then we can just kind of do it all at one time.
But the big thing is, I was able to finesse getting the big block on the stand and getting the crank in it.
So what are we putting in for the guys that haven't seen the last video?
This is all one video. It's Iski, red line. Is it red?
Red zone.
Red zone. Like end zone, you're in the red zone?
Yep.
About to score a touchdown with these bad boys. I'm going to show you guys a trick how to put these in if you got a dart block. All the link bar lifters are kind of a pain in the ass. You have to get them out like this. They have to be like
V configuration.
yes, and then once you get the tip out, then you slide it like that. But it's important you got to get the tip out. You got to have your tip game on point. So when you put them in like that, then go to the V and then shove it in there. So right like that. And then you can't see shit because I got my bare hands in the way. I know you'd expect them to be furrier for being bare hands, but that's where we're at. You got one lined up.
Oh, you know what you need?
Look at that. Look at that.
My hand was built for this right now.
Yeah, this is literally, if there's ever a strong hand job,
This is it.
this is it. No
For
pun
planners.
intended.
What up, Ava? She's coming over here to supervise.
So yeah, this will probably be as far as we go. Well, I guess there's no point to even put the lifter valley cover on because we want to be able to look in there when we are. Oh, I got one stuck.
Make sure we get our alignment correct and everything. So this would be a good swap. Really, if we could have just kept rolling with it last night, I think hour and a half you could probably have it ready to go back together. And if it was a belt drive, we're talking like 30-minute cam swap.
Yeah, but we played it safe though, and there's no downside to that.
No, yeah, we didn't have a deadline. We weren't racing today. We weren't trying to test today. We weren't trying to do all these things. So you definitely, in the grand scheme of things, saving a day, or even if you got to miss a race, sometimes it's better to do that than to go out with something that's not safe or something that you know is a problem, because making that one race and then blowing your motor up or having a lifter failure, it's just not worth it.
And I do want to say, we had the 903 hydraulic roller lifters. These are 903 solid roller lifters. The block from Dart, it had the standard, what is it, 860 something?
Yeah, 870, or yeah, 8.
Something. It's much smaller. It's not
842.
903. So we had the block up there at TKM. They essentially, is it hone out?
Yeah, bore and hone the lifter bores.
The lifters, out of all of the motors I've ever put lifters in, have never gone in as perfectly as they do now. So TKM hooked us up on that machine work. If you guys are going to be doing an LS engine up there, I would definitely go for this option, just because if you ever decide to go solid roller down the road, this is the way to go. Having the bigger lifter, definitely huge benefit.
Yeah,
so,
tie bar, get away from the lifter trays, anytime you're really trying to go really, really fast, a good tie bar lifter, good quality lifter. That's one of the things a lot of people skimp out on is, some of the valve train. I think that if you're going to try to spend money anywhere in your engine, a solid quality lifter is where it's at. Like I said, I've ran the Iski stuff for a long time. That's, tons and tons of small block Ford stuff. So they're They're definitely good stuff. I mean, you're talking this one doesn't have a lot of spring pressure, but some of them have some serious.
That's a wrap. Got the lifters in there, got the new cam in there. Next video you guys will see, we'll probably be putting push rods in it and then firing it up, and then we'll be ready to go to lights out. So thank you guys for watching. Comment, subscribe. Big shout out to Johnson Lifters, Iski Racing Cams, Lifters, Valve Train. They are a huge help with this build, and I think we're going to go extremely fast. T-Cam performance, small wood race developments, CID, cylinder heads and intakes, forced inductions with the turbos, HOLLEY EFI. I mean,
Mark Mickey transmission.
Mark Mickey transmission. We got T&D rock arms. Can't forget those. We got some absolutely badass rock arms, Manton push rods. Callie's crank, MGP rods, diamond pistons, Weisco pistons. I mean, we just got a bunch of just absolutely awesome stuff on here. MSD, Strange, Quartermax. Just
all of them. All these people make it,
DCF, the polish, the shine.
Aviade, the oil pump.
Aviade. I mean, it's never ending.
So many stainless bros.
Stainless bros, yep. I mean, it's just the list goes on, and we're grateful for everyone to help out. So highly recommend any of those companies we just mentioned. Go down in the description of every video, has links to all the companies that we would recommend parts, someone to get you heading in the right direction. All those companies will help your race program be better.
Yeah, so, good money well spent.
Yep. So that's going to wrap today's video. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow's upload.